Chop and roll, chop, chop and roll, chop and roll, chop, chop and roll, chop and roll, chop, chop and roll, chop and roll,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Chop and Brew. I'm here with Don and Paul Fowler. Before us are three meads that are somewhat connected. Tell us what we're about to drink, Paul.
Well, back in 2016, I made a couple meads. I made a blackcurrant mead that wound up being a little too sweet for my taste. And then I made my quadberry mead that wound up being a little too dry. So I wound up blending those, and that is this mead, which wound up taking a silver in Happy Halloween that year. And I was fortunate enough to be picked by Susan Rude to have that mead made at her meadery. So I tried to make that mead again without blending it intentionally, and that was this mead. And this one is Susan's mead.
So you made the intentionally non-blending one 1 year later.
1 year later, yes.
2017.
Yep. How are they? They're cool.
And how did you, so just tell us real quick, like, what, I mean, gosh, there's so much that went into this because it's two meads.
Yeah.
But kind of tell us about how you did this one in hopes of achieving something that was so much more conglomerative.
Right, so I didn't want to intentionally make things that are over sweet and dry again and blend them to taste. So at a club meeting, I heard of a guy using blackcurrants a second time around. I'm like, what?
Oh.
So, which would tone them down, because this one is about, I don't remember the exact percentage, but it's a bigger portion of the quadberry than is the blackcurrant, because that's such a bold flavor. So I figured if I would use blackcurrants as a second time around, I might get the same proportion as blending. And that's what I did on this one. So I made a blackcurrant mead and timed it out that I needed to pull the fruit out of the blackcurrant and put it in this new quadberry batch.
Wow.
When that one needed to come out. So
Quadberry berries.
Right,
like,
so which is triple berry blend plus strawberries. That's quadberry.
Man.
So I just started that mead here.
Wow.
The blackcurrants need to come out of this, take it out of that, put it into this. So 2 bags of fruit in this, and that's what this is.
So the blackcurrants were not drained of their flavor, color, everything.
You still got a bunch. I mean, it's just not as intense as just a straight blackcurrant.
They contributed to this blackcurrant mead that you were making, but then you pulled them out before they were, all of the contributions were drained out.
Right, you still get a bunch, but not as intense.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. I hadn't either, so I was like, I'm gonna try that.
And you do that so you can dial it in. You'd be like, before it surpasses the blackcurrant, you can pull it out. Whereas if you had them all in one big bag, you're like...
I think the blackcurrant would just overpower. I mean, unless you like got the poundage right and knew how that was gonna come across. I mean, this was a blend.
Yeah.
They did out of necessity, and this was trying to recreate.
Because it had won, you were just trying to see if you could do it again.
Yeah, I liked it so much. I'm like, I want to make that, but not blend it.
These are both so good.
Thank you.
So rich in fruit flavor, berry flavor, the aroma, the color, the balance of the acid and the sweetness.
Yeah, I mean...
Man.
Yeah, they're sweet meads, but yeah, there's plenty of acidity and tannin in there to balance it out.
That's what I've come to know from your rich berry meads, and also is also the type of mead that the St. Paul Mead award-winning mead makers will make.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that middle one though is just like so bold and juicy and...
Yeah, we thought these were pretty close.
Yeah.
And this one's got a whole another year on it.
Yeah, and it's got that blend. I think whatever you did here, this technique is really cool. So then you went to Prairie Rose, and it's not identical. You know, it's more kind of like an idea freestyle. But tell me about your day at Prairie Rose, since your wife Denise was nice enough to hook us up with all this video.
Yep, Denise was...
What was it like stepping that up?
Denise was generous enough to shoot some video that day, and it was just an honor to be chosen to go to our meadery and have your mead made at a meadery. It was super fun just to see the scale of making mead on that kind of scale, the steps you need to take versus homebrew. I mean, we're dealing with smaller quantities. We can do a lot of things that they can't because it's just the sheer volume of stuff they need to do. We got to sort all the fruit, pick the stems, sort the fruit. We put the fruit in a fermenter, made the must, mixed it up, and then...
what do they ferment in? What kind of tank or vessel?
It's a stainless steel container. I think it's 60 gallons for this.
Man.
I think it was 60 gallons, but she makes like a bigger batch of base and then makes things off of that. So she has one bigger tank and makes a base and then splits that up, and she make all kinds of stuff. But
So you're in there smashing up fruit and mixing up. Does the honey, is there like an agitator in the tank, or do you have to do it by hand?
no, she's got a pump, a really cool pump, and then Bob, her husband, shoots warmish water in there to help dissolve it, and while it gets sucked out, and it gets sucked into the big mother tank and mixed with water and blend, mixed around, one homogeneous thing, and then you pump it over. So yeah, there's very little lifting other than the fruit bags, but
So her version just seems a little bit more like honey forward, and you can tell that it's
they're
just
obviously
not
different.
as much juice or much fruit.
yeah, they're obviously different, but it's a good meat in its own right. Yeah, I get a lot of honey out of it. For some reason, when I first got it, I was getting like vanilla out of it, but I don't know if you guys get that now, but yeah, I get a lot of honey out of it. I do get some of the blackcurrant in there.
Yeah.
It's just not the same intensity, obviously. But
It's almost a little kind of like rosé, kind of red wine, white wine mix, but the honey clearly like tells you that it's a mead.
yeah,
I think it's obviously a drier
yeah.
and maybe a little alcohol presence or in the nose
But
or in the
it's fairly young
kind of
yet.
presence. That's true. It's 2 years younger than this one.
Yeah.
A year younger than that one.
You willing to share this recipe, one of them or all of them?
Oh yeah,
The
sure.
Berry Bomb?
I'll share you
So
this.
this is the second year where you tried to do
this
everything.
Is this one. Yeah. I mean, you can post it up there, but I think for a 4-gallon batch, I had like 14 pounds of honey, 8 pounds of triple berry mix, 4 pounds of strawberries. I had 12 pounds was the black currants, but that's second use. So the main black currant batch had 12 pounds in a bag. Pull that out, put that over here.
Any estimation on how much somebody would use if they didn't want to try to do the second use thing for black currants?
Boy, I don't know.
Would you need more?
2,
Because
3
at that point
pounds.
it's had
less.
some...
No, you'd do like 2, 3.
You wouldn't want less, because if you put 12 pounds with that, right off the bat, it's going to be way more intense than what it is right now. It's going to walk over everything else.
He's saying he made a different mead.
Yep, no, I know, a
With
black
12
currant
pounds.
mead. He basically
Yeah.
used like, kind of like double using, I don't know, I can't even think of an analogy. Double using grains or something.
People have done hops sometimes if they like only dry hop with
Yeah,
something,
no, I
not,
get it.
like,
There was
bitter
another
with the
batch of
hop.
mead that he, on the day that he made this, just
Right,
literally
so if
took
you were
out
using pure new black currants, you would use much less. And I was just
Yeah.
wondering if you had a guess.
And these
But-
are real black currants, not
Yeah.
a puree, not a...
Nope, there you go, pick them myself. But if I had to start somewhere, I would guess half. I would say maybe 6 pounds, and just see where that gets you. You know, you would have to dial it in. I mean, blending is your ultimate dial in, but I didn't want to
Yeah.
blend. I was just shooting from the hip.
Man,
I got
this-
really close.
that
both
older
so
one's
good.
a little more like floral, kind of smooth and sophisticated, but I really like this middle one. It's just like
A little more bright.
bold, bright, kind of sticks to the side of your mouth a little more than either of the other two.
Yeah, they held up really well.
There is a floral character in that first
In the
one.
first one,
though.
yeah.
For somehow. Almost like you're smelling some kind of flower.
Yeah, and then I used spring water and 71B and your nutrient regimen, and started high to end high.
Woo! Sounds
I
good.
think I started at about 41 bricks, and I ended at about 20 and a half bricks. So it was 1030.
What?
1031 is what this is.
How are you doing that bricks? Through a refractometer?
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean, that's
running it
not
through
true.
a formula?
This
Well,
is, yeah, I use
After the
the,
alcohol's
Some kind
there.
of, well, that's what I'm saying. Do you run it through some kind of calculator?
this bricks measurement is honey water, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you add the fruit, it's going to add water, so it's going to dilute it down.
Oh, right.
And then you get alcohol in here that skews it. But I'm just looking for progress. I'm just looking for a drop.
Oh, so this isn't necessarily
That's
an
not
adjusted number to the alcohol.
Here's
You just
what-
want it to
that's
stop.
the true number.
That would be like 1160.
Once
but
it's
then,
Like 11.
once it gets
Or
pretty
that was
consistent, you call it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 10:31. It stopped. I didn't have to back sweeten or anything. It was
oh, wow.
It was fine where it was.
Convenient.
Yeah, it was. That doesn't happen very often.
No.
And yeah,
Very nice.
So was this one back sweetened or just blended?
blended.
And
Yeah.
because of the high on one and the low on another,
Right.
they just.
Yep.
And you did one of your classic, like,
Yep. Line them up.
tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, tablespoon to 4 tablespoons.
You got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We need to do that one day.
Yeah.
And then stay over somewhere in Beckel. All right, thanks for sharing. We'll put the Berry Bomb recipe up, and then if you're in the Fargo area, hit up Prairie Rose Meadery, Susan Rude and Bob, like multiple time mead award-winning couple. Now professional mead makers.
Yeah.
Chop for chop, empty glass for empty glass.
You're the only one. Well, oh, you too.
Well, you my talking.
You were talking. You were driving this
All
shit.
right.
Right on.
Smile, fellas.
What's
Whoa,
up?
whoa.
Well, yours are.
Close.
Yeah.
Really close.
Yeah. I think so. This one smells kind of.
You got yours?
Can y'all actually, Don? Can we switch
over?
seats? No, me and Don will just switch if that's.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it. Y'all just tell me. Am I in? I just can't tell.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
I'm on the wrong side for knowing
You're
if I'm
in.
in. Hi.
Yeah, you are.
You're
Okay.
totally in.
You're so in.
So these are the right order, right?
Yes, oldest to newest.
You're in like styles are in.